Hello everyone, welcome to Meet the Characters with Hero Forge and Roll Together RPG. We are going to make minis today and I'm so excited. We are about to start a new campaign called Halls of the Undermountain King, which will be running from 17th of August until 7th of September. My name's Liz and I will be DMing and I am here with the one and only Pav. Pav, say hello.
Hello.
Lovely. Tell us a little bit about who you're going to be making today, or who we're going to be making today.
Yeah. So the character that I'll be playing in this campaign is called Dusk. And Dusk is a shadow monk who has... I was trying to think about, so the last character that I played in the Roll Together campaign was very colorful, both literally and figuratively, and so I was kind of thinking about wanting to make something that's kind of the opposite of that, but then I ended up creating something that is the opposite of that, but then also has an element of that color still, but it's a bit hidden. So Dusk is often, he's a halfling, so he's very small, will often appear out of nowhere because he's very stealthy and doesn't say very much. However, he does have a bit of a secret penchant for all things pink and sugary, which may or may not be part of the mini. I'm still undecided. I think it probably will, but I'm trying to work out how. I want to kind of evoke the idea of a secret other interest in a mini, so I'll be interested to try and see how we do that.
Maybe, because we can colour these now, which is pretty exciting, but maybe you could have on the inside of clothing. That's
kind of what I'm thinking. That's kind of the vibe, yeah.
We'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. But shall we begin? We've got, on this right-hand side, we have got a shed load of options. Mm-hmm. I'm going to assume that we're going to go with halfling.
Yes.
Is that a good assumption?
Yeah,
right.
I think so.
Let's see if the type... Oh, it works. Okay. So in terms of body type, are we thinking male halfling? Are we thinking female halfling?
I think male halfling.
Okay. The thing I love about these halflings, the male one specifically, look at that goatee Hero Forge likes to provide you with.
Yeah. I love it. Is it the... Yeah, that's right.
The handlebar moustache, sorry.
I love it.
Awesome. So, with that, should we... Let's just have a little look first at the proportions. We'll sort out that smashing hairdo and the mutton chops in a minute, but in terms of height, that is pretty much your option, unless you want to be a super tall halfling, which doesn't seem right.
I want to be the smallest halfling I can be, I feel.
Yeah, I'd like to try and get lower than that if I can, but 3 foot is as far as we can go. Is that all right with you, Bob?
That works for me.
Amazing. So in terms of the head and the face, again, we can make that big, or we can make it that small. Where are we thinking?
I think a smaller head is... I think the theme is small, and I think a smaller head looks a bit more, swell, which I quite like.
Amazing. So that's as low as that can go. We then have a lot of options. So I'll start messing around with these in a little minute, but are you thinking quite muscly?
I think so. I think that kind of a little bit stockier, not necessarily very defined exactly, but a bit with a bit of a bit of heft to kind of support.
A little bit of heft. Cool. So we do have build, which there's a lot of lats going on with this. I'll be completely
honest with you.
I mean, maybe not as high up there, but still quite broad in the shoulder.
Yeah, I think that looks about right. I like that.
Cool. Cool. And again, with the arms, we do have options to make those bigger.
Yeah, I think bigger arms looks good actually. There, yeah.
Cool.
Got a punch.
And are you thinking very slight, or are you thinking about going?
Yeah, I think a kind of maybe even a touch more than that.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's the halfling way, though. You have to have snacks.
I think so.
11s.
Yeah.
And the legs, are we thinking again the same kind of...
Yeah, big legs. We do big legs, yeah, definitely.
Amazing. I'm loving this already. Posture, we won't mess around too much with, I don't think, unless you would like...
Not for now, because I guess are we going to come to kind of more where the hands are and poses and stuff later?
Yeah, so there's a load of poses. You can even kneel, I believe. There's some kneeling poses now. Unless you want to have this amazing hands out pose. But yeah, we'll sort that out in a little minute.
Cool.
Upper scale, you can actually make the top half quite big in comparison to the legs.
Okay.
But that's up to you.
I think let's keep it small. Yeah. I like that.
This is my favourite. Look how long your arms could be. You've got like a reach of 10 foot there, which is pretty good.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Short?
Yeah, short arms good. Oh, what does that look like? How beefy does that look? Oh, that's okay. That's a good level of beef. Yeah, that's an acceptable.
I wish I was that beefy in the old bicep region.
Yeah. Look at that crease. Look at that arm crease.
Right? Yeah. When I made Agnes with Niall, there was quite a lot of henchness going on with her beneath all the robes, and like we were making it, and I was thinking, I wish I had those legs. Agnes is 203, and her legs are better than mine.
There's something about like this, like building characters in this way. I think also whenever you build an RPG character where you're like, you kind of embellish it a little bit with like things that you want. Like I want horns and pink skin.
Not to be over 5 foot, damn it. Yes.
Yeah.
I love that you have the option for curves. You do have that option if you want to go with it. It started off around there, so if you're happy with that, I am.
Yeah, I think that looks alright.
It's up to you. And I love that we also have this option too.
Let's see. Yeah, how with the full belly.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
do you want to see it
from the
without
side?
his top on?
Yeah, go on then. That's a good idea. Because I guess the thing I'm thinking is like, as long as it, I mean, look at that. That's not. Yeah, let's have a look at the full belly, because I think that there's something about. I like the idea of like. It's also partly because I like the idea of popping out of nowhere, but not being like very slight. So it's actually quite like, it's like, obviously he's very small, but like I like the idea of taking up a bit of space, like physically. Let's maybe a touch, just a little bit less belly, not too much, but a little bit less belly. Yeah. Looks kind of like a sort of a strongman style body, which I like. That's kind of what I was thinking, like a sort of like powerless, it's like muscular, but it's not like very lithe.
Totally, yeah.
Cool. Okay, I like it.
Yeah. All right. So we have done the body. Let's have a look on the old noggin. Let's get rid of that smashing hair and smashing beard, just so you can see what the face looks like. Yeah. Unless you want to pop some hair on straight away, if you've got any in mind. There are loads.
I haven't really thought about it that much. Like, I think my instinct is veering towards like. So I thought about Dusk as having like a sort of faceless background, because I feel like there is a sense in which I feel as though there is a kind of performed order and like discipline, which is all about the idea. Like I really like the way in which like the faceless background is about like anonymity, but like doing things that like are useful to people, but kind of without them noticing, or like that kind of. And so I think that in that sense, like I don't think like very styled hair would make sense. And like my instinct was to veer towards bald, but it might be interesting to try some hair as well, because I haven't really thought about it.
All right, well, should we go with like just a shortcut there, and then we can amend that after we've done the face? Because I guess the face might change how you want the hair to look if there is one.
That's a good idea, let's do that.
But at least we've framed the face as it is. But let's just move to that now. So it's currently on round features, and you'll see at the bottom you've got the softness slider, so you can harden that out if you want to.
Yeah.
Or soften it out if you want to. We have loads of options here. Heroic. Sharp.
Interesting. What is the if you go in the middle, the big nose one, what is that one called?
This one?
The one below it?
The goblin.
Oh, interesting.
And again, we can soften that out so it's not quite as severe.
It's kind of like the chess person from Pixar, the chess grandpa. Like
yes.
But a bit more like stern. If we soften that up, and then can we change the nose on its own?
I don't believe we can, unfortunately. We can sort out the ears, we can sort out the eyebrows and eyes and teeth, although nose is something that I wouldn't be able to do. You do have goblin features to the side though, which that's your comparison there, which has got the smaller nose, you see, but That's where we were before.
I quite like the big nose. I think that it feels quite nice. I mean, maybe it's because I got a biggish nose, but I like it feels like characterful in a way that I quite like.
Nice. And let's say we were to print this mini.
Yeah.
It's going to be quite little because it's 3 foot, but that means it'll be teeny tiny. You want those features to stand out.
Definitely.
So that's definitely something to think about if you make a small character. Big features are always good.
Yeah.
So if you're happy with that face, we'll move to the ears. Now, it's pretty cool on Heroforge because you can change just one.
Okay.
You can get rid of one. You can add a different ear on one side if you wish. Obviously, we tend to just stick with the same two, but it is up to you, Pav. Don't let me make your choices for you. I will just skedaddle all the way down to here because you can have elephant ears if you wish.
I don't, as much as I like that, if I could justify it in world.
There are so many options on here, and I'm like, I want to go on here and make a character with everything.
Yes.
And then just play that character whatever turns out.
It's actually quite nice to think about, actually. Like, if you started by rather than building with the character sheet, beginning here and then like creating the character sheet that fits the thing that you build. That's quite cool.
Base it on that. Could do that sometime. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, these are quite sensible ears in a way that.
I mean, do we want sensible, Pav?
I don't know. I think physically, it kind of he has to kind of be sensible to buy, for him to be like able to be what he is as a role.
Yeah.
And I think that the like, you know, again in a way that very much contrasts the last character I played, like the kind of like color and like kind of whimsy is much more internal than external.
I like that.
So that's okay. So those are kind of like smaller versions of the ones that we had before at the beginning, sort of.
They've got a bit of a point to them as well. Those are specifically halfling. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe the half-orc ones then. Maybe those slightly smaller versions of those is nice.
It's that sort of streamlined thing that I think you sort of moving towards. That. Yeah.
I like it. It looks a bit old as well. It's quite nice.
I love old characters. I don't know why. I either play like ugly on the inside or old in terms of the characters I play. I just find them more interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if we're happy with the ears, we'll just show you the eyebrows that are available. So we've got the standard eyebrows, the plain eyebrows. You do have bushy ones.
Oh.
You've got the scar.
Okay.
If you want a scar. Pierced.
Cool.
That's a lot of weight on the brow, but you got ridges or the classic monobrow.
You know what? I actually quite like the monobrow. I think that might be the shout. I think it might be the monobrow.
Do it.
Yeah.
I love it. Let's stick with the monobrow.
I like to look like one of my uncles.
That's amazing.
Beard. Yeah, beard's interesting. I haven't thought about beard.
He looks like that guy from Peaky Blinders.
Yeah. I think this is the thing. It's like that's like if I was like, how do I want this thing to look in the abstract? I like that direction.
Hey.
But again, I think, is it right? What does the one? What is the most like normal? If you go down to the third row and then across to the furthest right, what does that look like? It kind of works with the hair.
Smurf, but I like it.
Yeah, it's a bit Papa Smurf, isn't it? Or the that's very Papa Smurf, the middle one. Yeah. I like it's like Mennonite Papa Smurf. That's quite cute. Yeah, I think it's too classy. It's that's too characterful. That's
okay.
Oh, the moustache, that one actually.
Yeah. We can change it later if you change your mind.
We end up with the hair, but I like that. This is. I feel like I'm just making a generic old Cypriot man with this. That's like the classic moustache. I really like this. Yeah.
I like it. I honestly do. Right, let's nip back to that hair. You will see there are so many options here. I did initially think about not having any, which is an option.
Yeah.
I'm just showing what that looks like.
I think that works. I think I could see it working with other things as well that I'm kind of interested in. What's the kind of most I'm interested in, like something that looks very conform. Do they have like bowl cuts or like things that are like kind of very like disciplined looking. Oh, they have the one that's like the bald with the hair on the side. That could work actually with the look that we've got here as well. Like the if you go almost down to the bottom on the left, that one, yeah. What does that look like? Yeah, see that is
an actual monk haircut.
Yeah.
Yes.
This kind of feels like the right direction.
I'm so excited.
This is giving me
thought Dusk was going to like have a bit of a young look going on, but now my mind is completely.
Well, this is the thing. I didn't really think about it all that much, and I feel like this is it. We got to go with it. Like, I'm getting very strong village vibes, which I really like. I'm getting very strong like village cafe. I like it. Playing backgammon all day.
Yeah.
Not that is what Dusk would do, but that's the look. I like it.
I'd love it if this dude just rocked up into a cafe like with no shirt on, rocked out with the chess set and just started to play. Cool. Okay. All right. Like I say, we can change anything later if you change your mind. But I'm loving how we're going right now. You can change eyes, although we tend to sort of stick with the round ones unless you want robotic eyes or alien eyes.
No,
have your choice.
Round is good.
Okay.
Round is good.
Now what I am going to do is just nip over to pose the face, and I'm going to just try and make him look ridiculous, and it is intentional.
Okay.
Because you might just be able to see there, the darker grey are the teeth. We're just going to see what kind of teeth you're after.
Okay.
So you can have sort of people teeth.
Yeah.
You can have the straight line.
Come on, perfect teeth.
Fangy.
Okay.
Just pretty cool.
What is the bottom left one?
Rodent teeth.
Rodent teeth. Oh, like it. It's quite funny. And what is the middle one?
This one?
Yeah.
That is sharp teeth.
Sharp.
It's kind of underbitey, but.
Interesting.
It depends on the pose as well. If they're gonna
like
have that mouth open.
Yeah. I think let's stick with these. These are fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Oh, I like you, Pam. Let's just stick with anything. No, I like it. Are you thinking about any additional amazing horns or halos or fins?
No, I don't think so. I don't. Much as they look wonderful, I think. Although, actually, when you say halos, what are the?
Sure, I will find out for you.
What other heads things are there? Oh,
just the one.
Right. Okay.
I like it.
Very nice.
You could make it into a decoration. Sorry.
What are the other options on this? So what's below the halo?
Yeah, so that's specifically if you want to make him
like
snaky.
A snake. Oh, I see.
You do get other stuff for like hats and stuff.
Yeah, I think there will be a hat maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just so I'd let you know all the options. So
lovely.
They are fabulous.
Oh wow!
Don't know what that is. It's committed.
That is committed. That's basically the height again.
Yeah.
3 foot.
That must be a nightmare if you're like in a short doorway. All right. Okay. So that is the face. We'll sort out the actual expression later. But in terms of clothing and outfit, do you have anything specific in mind?
So I rewatched the Matrix trilogy recently, and there is something about a long black coat which is very appealing. But I don't know if that's just me imposing the Matrix aesthetic onto it. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. Because I was thinking about like cloak and that hooded cloak, but I'm like, but practically speaking, it's like and again, this is maybe where the Matrix was relevant. Like, there's a sense in which like Dusk is like a martial artist, so like a big cloak that's quite like covering isn't necessarily all that practical. I feel like it needs to be something that he would wear when he's fighting as well.
Yeah. So something that's movable.
Okay.
I'm just going to go through all the coat items.
Yeah. I'm having a look. Okay.
I'll zoom in for you there. There's like
quite a few long coats.
You can. I was gonna say you can put stuff on underneath. I don't think you can with that one. The trench. They're all a bit detailed.
Yeah, they're quite like it's a kind of like pirate vibe for like this kind of one as well.
Yeah.
Which is like interesting. I mean, I guess.
That's quite priority, isn't it?
Interesting. Presumably they don't have like full long Matrix S leather coats, which is kind of the thing that I have in my mind, which I don't know if it would work anyway, because I watched the
let's see.
What is that middle? There was a middle. Oh no.
Just before, was it?
Yeah, but that's okay. There's a bunch that all came together there as well. Yeah, there's a middle one that's long down towards the bottom. Oh, that's that one again with the spikes. Yeah, that one isn't too bad with it, but the spikes feel a bit weird.
Oh yeah, the Outlaw's Duster, that's probably as close as we can get.
Yeah, which is, it's a little bit more like out than I want it to be.
Yeah.
Maybe let's rethink. Maybe the coat is a bit of a distraction. Maybe let's think about a monk who's stealthy. So it has to be like it can't disable stealth.
Not cumbersome. You don't want a cumbersome garment. Yeah. All right.
What if...
Chest harness.
That's the opposite of cumbersome. I love it. Maybe something more plain then. What about let's see if we can find something that's a bit more
fancy.
I think very useful. Oh, actually, yeah. What is that waistcoat thing? Yeah,
this one.
Yeah, let's have a look at that. Interesting. That's a bit too flashy for where we're beginning.
There are some. Let me just type in monk. Let's see what comes up.
Okay.
There's like your typical robes.
Okay.
But then we do move on to the more martial style of things.
Yeah. That's quite nice.
Cheeky little tank top.
That's again. I feel like if we're committing to the village vibe, maybe that's what we got to do. I mean, are there tank tops in where we are?
Sure. There could be one fashion, certainly.
I might. Yeah. Let's see how we feel about that.
You wear whatever you like.
For now.
But if you're happy with the tank top, we will move over to legs. Again, we've got quite a basic thing going on here. Are you thinking a short? Are you thinking trousers?
I see.
Are you thinking a dress? What's the?
We could do like a fustanella. So what about what have we got? Yeah, let's try what we've got in a kind of like skirty type thing.
Okay. I like this one. Don't let me inform your choices.
Yeah. That's interesting. It's interesting how it sits as well. It's not quite. They're quite like. I think because he's quite thick towards the bottom, and they go out quite wide.
I can try and reduce that if you like.
Let's stick with it. So the very interesting. What about are there any of these any different? These the stuff around here is kind of like slightly plainer, less designed. Everything interesting.
Are you thinking longer or shorter?
That's kind of interesting.
I will just keep clicking through these. Do say when you like something, and I'll just keep rotating as well.
I think the plainer ones. I'm definitely drawn to the plainer stuff. I think that going back to that one that you're just hovering over. If you go back down to that one,
this one.
I'm kind of interested in that.
Cool.
Let's see. Yeah, maybe we'll revisit, but I'm kind of interested in that.
Sure. Well, we'll stick with that for now, and we'll see what happens.
It's also just more space for kicking.
Totally. The last thing you want if you're going to go kick someone in the face is to be restrained
by tight jeans.
Totally. Do you want any footwear? Are you thinking barefoot? Are you thinking flip-flops?
I think sandals is a good shout. Yeah, some form of. Although again, if we're going for the ones, wait, what are the ones above? The kind of pointy up ones.
Yes. Please.
The ones that are like 3 down from that.
Oh, I see. Cool. Yeah, I'm down.
I mean, this is. I'm just constructing Cypriot traditional dress slightly. No, I think the sandals is alright. I think the sandals are they like Hercules sandals up there? Is that like the ones right at the top? Are they like sort
These?
of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get an angle for you.
I like that.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. All right. So we do have we have other options as well. We've looked at the chest, but you've also got the neck. Okay. Any kind of scarf or amulet?
Yeah, maybe that really wrapped scarf, like the one the kind of most on slightly below that one. Yeah, that one. What does that look like? Interesting.
It looks cozy.
Doesn't? Is that? Yeah, because I guess. Yeah, see. Here, no, it seems like a plan.
Uh-huh.
That is a way of we can get to more covering face and covering without a whole big coat thing, which will get in the way for fighting. Are we covering his face too much though? What is the one above like? Does that? Oh, that's too small. Nah, that doesn't do the job.
Quite small.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder. Maybe when we change the face, it will be. It won't be as much of it. Yeah.
We can maybe lift the chin up as well to try and get the face out of it.
Yeah. I quite like that.
Cool. All right. Well, we'll get to that when it comes to it.
Okay.
Anything shoulder-wise? I know you wouldn't wear armor, would you, as a monk?
No, I don't think so. I don't think unless there's nothing. It's all shoulder pads, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think there's anything shouldery.
They're quite big as well. I think.
Yeah.
But it gives a cool silhouette. But you can't lift your hands above your head because
Yeah. We need to be flexible and nimble.
Any thoughts on gloves?
I guess wraps, hand wraps feel instinctively they're relevant. Yeah.
They're quite chunky. We've got quite small wraps there. Bangles. They're probably. Yeah. Otherwise, it's wrist guards.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. Let's keep them, and then maybe we'll see where we get to later. It might be that I'm. it's a bit too on the nose.
Again, you can just have one if you just wanted one, but 2 I think makes it. But it's up to you.
That's interesting. Okay, cool.
Okay. So we have most of the clothing. You can have a mask if you wish. Leg doctor? No.
That's cool.
I will make one day that has that on.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Okay.
I like the idea of also inventing a Forgotten Realms reason for I don't think there are plague doctors in Forgotten Realms, but for what the bird mask comes from and it's legacy. It's so cool.
Totally. Do you have any? Because we talked, didn't we? In our sessions, we talked about weaponry, and you were more sort of keen on using the traditional monk weapons, which are the fists. But you can always have something on your person on Hero Forge. So if you want it at your waist or to the side,
so I was I don't think you'll use the short sword, but the dart might be useful. So I kept the dart. I wonder if there's something in a projectile or something like that.
So yeah, that's hands. There might be something on the hip.
A tortoise on the hip.
We can include it. Oh, that's the hand.
Oh, that's cute.
It's kind of cute, actually.
That's lovely, yeah.
Yeah. Let's just see. It might be on the side, so let's have a look. I love that you type in dart and ship's anchor guns.
Yeah. Just whenever you need it, do you know what I mean? You're just ready.
Totally. Cheeky little waffle iron. Struggling to find a dart specifically. Let's
see if they've got maybe a small, there might be some small, daggery type things that might be useful as a cipher.
Boomerang.
Cute.
Quiver. light.
Oh yeah, so maybe somewhere like in that, but in those, if you go back one, some of these smaller things, would they?
They're quite big, but they're big because you're quite small.
Yeah, exactly.
Pistol. Yeah. Otherwise, we are getting.
Oh yes, I
big.
forgot he has a pistol. Maybe the walking stick now feels more relevant than before. Oh, magnifying glass.
Again, I'm just randomly clicking on things that look small. A spatula.
Oh, is that a spatula in a specific side hole? That's brilliant. That's
Dynamite.
fun. There's so much scope here to build so many different kinds of characters, like in terms of like their accoutrement or whatever. Like you can have a chef. You can have a.
Now that's quite
ambiguous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
That could be an option.
Yeah.
I will keep that in mind.
Yeah.
And I'll just keep scrolling.
What is that labelled as?
It's labelled as pestle, like pestle and mortar pestle.
So I mean, you can get out a chef. Nice.
There is a chef background, I believe, in D&D.
Yeah, there is, yeah. Or like, yeah.
You could have one on the other side.
Everyone needs a chef. No, double pestle.
So many spices that need to be ground.
Yeah, they better be.
So little time.
Better be scared.
Are you sort of on board with the pestle, or do you want to see if there's anything else?
Do we have the potential to add like capes or something that we haven't?
We do.
Okay, maybe let's see. Let's leave the first for now. Let's go there. We'll look what that. See what that looks like, because the extent to which. Yeah, let's try that. Okay.
Click through them all so you can see them in terms of size.
Okay. And then, what's the difference between that one and the? If you go back to the first one.
It looks a bit more skinny.
Yeah.
Length roughly the same. You can actually move those around as well with the pose. So if you wanted it.
That feels like it goes nicely with the scarf. Actually, that thin.
Yeah, it looks like it's part of it.
Yeah. I like that.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so we're not getting much hidden after that though. So that's I think the pestle is good then. I think that works.
Okay. Cool. Let's just see if there's anything else, because you can put additional stuff on your back as well if you wanted to.
Yes.
So there's recent new additions. Like they're more roguey, but because you're quite shadowy, aren't you?
Yeah, there's a roguiness there.
Yeah.
Like a lockpick.
So
what is
you don't have to have the money back. It's a tool set with different tools like lockpicks, pouches, utility packs. Again, I think you can have those. Ooh, you can get two on top of each other. Who knew? You can put them on your waist as well, I believe. So
what does that toolkit look like on the waist?
Let's have a look. Side. Was it the lockpick or the tool set that you preferred?
The tool set, because it has a bit of a knifey thing in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's more right than our pestle actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We can come back to pestle. You can also put another one on the other side if you want, and I think you can rotate them around. We'll have to check later.
Yeah.
You can either have one or you can have two.
Yeah, the one looks nice. I think that could work.
Okay. Armed with the tools.
I like that.
And darts.
That's it, yeah.
Alright. Cool. So we have a cape. Do you want anything on top of the cape, like a backpack, or are you going to be going for that minimalist?
Yeah, I think more minimalist. Yeah, I don't think a backpack is right. I think that you've got to be able to hide under the cape.
Stash it somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Stash it away.
Cool. Alright. Cool. Right, we've got the cape. We're not having anything else on the back. Eyes, very important. Do you think Dusk would have any glasses, monocles?
Not monocles. What the what was the eye? Does an eye patch make sense? What does an eye patch look like?
The eye patch. I'm trying to find that on my. There it is.
That's a bit piratey, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think that's right. That doesn't feel right. That was the only thing that could. Yeah, I think. I don't think anything on the eyes. Yeah, not monocle. Not fancy enough.
You're as fancy as you want to be. Would you like a cigar? Or a gas mask?
What? Maybe it's too. Yeah, maybe it doesn't quite gel with that top right one. What does it look like?
Again, we might be able to move these slightly in the pose if you like the idea of having the face covered.
It is a bit of a shame to lose the nose, isn't it? But then also, what? Can you put the top right one on again? Let's leave it off for now, and let's see what we're doing. I think it looks better without, but I can kind of see. I kind of like it with as well. But yeah, let's.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, isn't it? Because you can really get into the shadowiness of your monk with that, but then you miss the characterization of the face. So it's kind of it's tough.
Exactly.
Rings and piercings. Would that sounds uncomfortable if you're going to be punching stuff, but you may have techniques. You may use them.
Do you know what? I'm intrigued about the idea of it again because of the kind of aesthetic we've gone for. I'm intrigued by the idea of a pinky ring. What does that look like?
Are
we going to be able to see it as well?
Can't quite see it. Shall I try and just move that pose so we're not?
Oh yeah, you can see it there.
Oh, that's a thumb ring. My bad. Let's go back to gear. Rings. I should be able to see it, I think, with the wraps.
I think, yeah, if you look at it, yeah, maybe it's just not visible.
Let's see, is that one showing? Ah, there you go. Right, so.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So maybe it's because of that ring in particular. So if it goes back to.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And again, you can see you can have them on all fingers.
Yeah. There's a kind of knuckle duster. Let's go.
Just the one or all of them? Bear in mind, you can also have them different colours as well, to be extra jazzy. Also one on the thumb.
Yeah, maybe let's do the 4. Let's try like a kind of knuckle duster vibe. That's quite fun.
Cool. Again, it gives it a bit more silhouette, doesn't it, on the side?
Yeah. It's nice.
Okay. All right. Okay. Just on the one hand, are you happy with that?
On the one hand, I think, yeah. On the off hand. Yeah.
And lastly, piercings. You've got 2 on the ears, 1 on the lobe, 1 at the top. You've got nose ring options, either through the centre or on a nostril. And also, you can't have that. It's telling you can't have that on your belly button. Navel?
I think I'm alright for piercings, to be honest.
Cool. Yeah. They feel like they'll get caught.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So, let's just have a look at the items on the base. Do you want to be surrounded by anything? Do you...
I think this is where there might be space then to bring in some of the more colourful stuff. So I wonder if is there anything in sort of a, like, kind of princess birthday party theme?
Let's see. Things like cake.
Cake is good.
Let's have a look and see what we've got. I mean, there's presents.
They're
more Christmas. An onion. Very important.
Very nice.
Always needed. Acorns. We've got Halloween. Rats, badgers. But that's just in modern. So let's move over to Western. Let's type in under all Let's type in party and see what happens. There's a turtle. A turtle is the option for pie.
Well, it's sort of walking away as well.
There's a pie.
Pie is quite cute.
And there's a cupcake.
The cupcake is what we want.
Do we want multiple cupcakes?
Maybe we do actually. I like the idea that they're all kind of hidden behind.
Okay. I mean, again, we can move those around if you want. If you don't want them specifically behind, but if you want them specifically behind, that is where they are.
Yeah. That's quite nice.
Let's just move on up to items B, which I believe gives you more. Let's just go for cupcake again, because I think this. Yeah. I thought that sort of scattered them around, but I'm going wrong. Yeah, I think it's just the one. Cool. So you can have 2 solitary cupcakes on your base, or a baguette.
And we like the cupcakes. The cupcakes are good.
Yeah, and again we can move those round to the back just to be super sneaky with those. You do get quite a few food options here.
Yeah.
Which is
I
cool.
like the sneaky cupcakes.
All right. Okay. Cool. So, will you have a mount? Will you be on anything? Like a horse?
No. Doesn't help with sneaking to be on a horse.
That's very astute. You can have a motorbike.
I get the wheelchair maybe.
So this bit is my favourite bit. This bit is where we get to pose. Have you got any thoughts of what sort of pose you'd like to be in?
So I guess like the two kind of like instincts are either something that points towards like hand combat or something that points towards like sneakiness. I think it'd be interesting to see both and then kind of get a feel for what that looks like.
Okay. So there's crouching advance, which is your classic sneak.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you can move limbs and stuff, but perhaps that's a bit too like over. You can see the face with that though. So you know when I said we can maybe move that head back?
That's good. That's true. Yeah, that is true.
So that's an option. You then got your typical. These are the kneeling ones I mentioned earlier.
Oh, very dramatic.
This is screaming to the sky.
Yeah.
I think you're sat on one cupcake, and that makes sense.
So sad.
Very cool 3-point landing.
Oh, nice.
Just shout out if there's anything specific that you like.
I think. Is there any? I guess probably. Oh yeah, what does a kick look like? Oh yeah, then we lose the face. It was nice with the cat, the more kind of like classic sneaky one that we saw the face, and I feel like sneaky feels more right than punchy because of evoking a character. That's kind of interesting actually, as a slight variation on the sort of like more other sneaky one.
Because that was quite crouched down, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like crouching advance was quite.
Yeah.
Where were we? Where's the ones that we were just on? There we go.
Yeah.
And we'll try it. If you want those arms moved around, we can give that a go.
Yeah, let's
So face, as I said earlier, we can change that up. I think it's advanced. Yeah. So if you want that any further, we'll change the expression as well if you want to. But we can twist that round.
That's nice.
Bend it side to side, tilt it forwards and back.
Oh,
so you can have.
Oh, the back is good in terms of like showing. I quite like that. Yeah, a bit more back is nice.
That's as far as back as I think I can go. No, I'm lying to you. We can go full exorcist if you want.
Let's go back down a little bit from there, back to more where it was. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. And you're sort of good with where he's looking?
I think so, yeah.
Are you? So in terms of the torso, again, we can twist that round, so that's more like here.
Yeah, I think.
Bending either side, or tilt it again, further up down.
I think, yeah, where it was feels more or less like right, I think. Oh, nice. Hide the cupcake. Oh, can we? Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, Okay.
Yeah. Can we get the other cupcake like under the similarly like under the cape as well?
Yep. I can certainly try. That's like right betwixt the legs. Let's
Yeah.
pop it backwards.
Hidden cupcakes. Maybe like slightly more like in the middle.
Okay. See the level of concentration on my face moving this little
I love
cupcake.
it. It's perfect.
Cool.
Yeah. No one will ever know about
Sneaky
cupcakes. That's it.
Amazing. Right, hands. There are loads of hand options. This is new since last time I did it, I think. So you can change your grip. That's more for if you have a weapon, or you can really clench those fists in.
Oh, there is a ring there.
Oh, so there is. Well, now we know. Do you want that ring still on, or do you want it off?
Yeah, that's all right. That works.
Cool. And do you want the same kind of more clenched?
Yeah, I think fists make sense.
There you go. Yeah, that's knuckles first, isn't it?
Definitely.
Cool.
And then I
made that punching gesture like I knew what I was talking about. I don't know how to punch people. Sorry, Fab, go for it.
I think there's. I wonder if. Yeah, I was thinking. I want to see. Maybe can we see that hand a bit more? Is there something that we can do that's a bit? Bring it like. Yeah, maybe.
So if it's by the side, do you want it more outwards? Inwards?
I think in line with the forearm makes sense. Like, and then do we want it?
We can move the elbow as well, I think.
Yeah, I guess maybe. Yeah, I wonder what that would look like if it's more forward, or if it would look a bit weird. Because I guess we'd lose the sense of travel a little bit.
Let's just that's where it was.
Oh, okay. Interesting, because that's like winding up a little bit.
Yes, that's about to.
Yeah.
And I guess if you're leaning back, you're then going to move forwards, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's what would.
Yeah, we're kind of getting a hybrid of the stealthy thing and the fighting thing, which I like. Yeah,
nice. So again, we could do that with the other arm if you wanted. So.
I think the other arm looks good, I think, where it is. I like that as it is, yeah.
Alright, ready to punch.
Yeah.
Mustache askew.
Yeah, exactly.
So the cape, I mentioned we can mess about with that as well if you want. You can move it from side to side, give it a bit more movement.
Let's see. Maybe can we get it? Oh yeah, that's nice actually, a little bit twisted like that. Do we want it? Yeah.
Because then, if you we talked about having the secret pink lining.
Oh yes,
you could line that in pink if you wanted.
Oh, that's nice as well. Yeah. So, yeah. That's cool. I like that idea. Yeah.
You get distracted by the cupcake that's by his foot, and I'm like, don't stand on it. They're precious.
They're secret cupcakes that you got to be careful of. He's got to be careful of them. Everyone's got to be careful.
That's why he fights.
Yeah, to protect the cupcakes. And then can we change the face?
Of course you can. Are you sure? Because I think that's just charm. Yeah, of course you can. Let's go. So I just like to move them up just to see how extended you can go. But we'll just we'll go back to where we were before.
Yeah, I want something quite warm, I think.
So those eyebrows do go up as well.
That's cute.
Oh, you can hit me. It's fine. Yeah. You're nice. I know these things do say like puppy and stuff, but they don't always portray that.
Yeah.
So we could have like a little bit of something if you like it.
Yeah, I think the closed mouth is the right vibe. I think so. I think that the snarl is not right, but what does the confused do? Oh. It's cute.
Like he's squinting to see who's about to punch.
What are we doing here?
Who are you?
Yeah, I quite like that.
I can't see in the dark. No, you can see in the dark.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. You can just see the teeth as well.
Yeah, that's nice.
We can make it more smiley if you want.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh, he looks so kind.
Yeah.
You can move the eyes, although it's difficult to do when we don't have pupils on. But you can make them look up, down, left, right.
That's fine.
If you're happy with this, do say if you're not.
No, yeah, that's good.
Yeah. We will move to colour.
Love it.
It snapped us to the front there. That's cool.
So
we do have the option to just put on a base layer of skin.
Yeah.
Which is kind of good because it makes our lives easier. Is there anything on here that you like the look of? Bear in mind we can always change it as well. There's no.
I think the one, that one. But then I think we'll change to not like blonde hair.
Fine, absolutely fine. That should be on. We can change this at any point, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, to like more black hair, I think.
I was going to say, are you thinking grey or are you thinking black?
Black, I think.
Is that purple?
Yeah.
Charcoal ice cream or truffle black?
Oh.
That's truffle black?
Yeah, truffle black. I like truffle black. That's cute description. I think all the haircut, all the moustache and the Mono brother are the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that moustache. That's great.
Awesome.
Love it. Perfect.
I adore this guy. Look at him. Look how happy he is. Yeah. Oh. Okay. So that's skin. Again, we could actually, if you wanted to have darker legs or darker arms or darker face, we could do that here.
Yeah, I think this looks good. I wonder, can we change can we do something to the pupil colour, or is that?
You can.
Different part.
Yes, you can. There's actually something more specific on the next page, but.
Okay.
So it shows you what the pupils look like. Let's just go to. I'm not going to do theme here unless you see any immediately that you love the look of.
I mean, it's like an all black theme is going to be the only things that are really relevant, but I think we'll do it ourselves because I feel like we know what we want to do.
Sounds like a good plan. Let's go to paints. That's what I wanted, and we have got an eyeball section.
Okay, great.
So you've got loads of choice here. There's like standard eyeballs. There are draconic eyeballs, feline, bovine. Bovine is a bit odd.
Okay.
And again, you can have one or the other.
Oh yeah.
Are you thinking human eyes?
Yeah, I think so. With and like darkish pupils, I think.
Are you thinking like grey?
Is there like a dark, like a black or like a dark brown?
Just try and zoom in a little bit there.
Like I'm moving my head forwards. It's not how zooming works.
Brown contracted. Usual brown.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah?
That's good.
Okay.
It's a bit soft.
So, we have got hair, we've got eyes. The teeth should have been coloured in for us. We can't quite see them, but I think they have been coloured in for us.
Yeah, they look good.
So we move on to clothing. What colour do you want to go with?
So it's definitely black. Everything is black, but it's a question of like what kind of vibe. I think that like materially, it is like a heavy woolen type black. I think for the majority of the clothing.
Now the reason why I'm sort of clicking through these other ones is because you can get deeper blacks with like the plastic. So if I just do that, and then we'll contrast that with the black fabric, you can see the slight difference there.
That's interesting. Yeah, so maybe maybe we can do a little bit of a mixture then for shading.
Sure.
Like maybe we want to go. Can we put the scarf as the kind of fabric black?
Yeah.
And then maybe the top is the same. Oh yeah, and the cape should be the same color as the scarf. Yeah, because they kind of flow into each other really nicely. And then the top can be that. If we try the plasticky black on that top,
Sure.
There's so many like segments in the vest top. Oh no, it's just and then there's like rings. Oh, maybe it's quite nice to have a pop of white there. And then the bottom. Interesting. I think the hand wraps are going to stay white. So I think that I'm just interested in thinking about what. Oh yeah, I quite like that kind of fabricy effect on the scarf. That's nice. Is there the black that was in the plastics that wasn't the one that we used? What is that like if it goes on the top of the skirt?
Quite glossy, but that could be a good thing. You get a bit more.
A bit of a pop there.
Texture, yeah.
Yeah, maybe do that, and then on the detailing around the vest top as well, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Just to give a little bit of a contrast.
There you go.
Yeah.
So if we zoom out, you can actually see it when you zoom out. That's the easiest way to tell if it.
Yeah.
Makes
That's really nice. I like this the subtle changes between them. And then what do we do with the end of that scarf? Maybe the end of the scarf again needs to go darker. Like maybe that, like what you're doing there. So maybe I think the one that's the thinner lines is this darker one.
This one.
And then the one that's the other parts of the scarf can be the one above. Yeah, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, so both of them the same, like that. How's that look?
Just saying, you can see the difference in.
Yeah, that's nice.
There.
That's nice.
Cool.
Yeah. I like this. This is good. And then so the things that we have to do. We've got shoes, we've got cupcakes, we've got tools, we've got rings. I think.
We do. Which would you like to do first?
Cupcakes are easy. We need like the what is the kind of like maybe go to the gem section.
Yeah.
And then the kind of most like over the top. Yeah. Perfect.
You can have a different like under frosting colour.
Yeah, I think the under frosting should be like maybe what kind of cupcake is it? Is it like a red velvet? Maybe it's like a. This is the important question. What kind of cupcakes are you eating?
I would take your time.
Yeah. Is there like a what is the closest we can get to a cakey material? Maybe wood? Is that a bit weird? Like in terms of colour? Natural.
Yeah, so like so I'm just using that there, that's more
yeah.
matte. But we could
that's quite nice actually, like a kind of go on, have them.
Or like a darker you can change the no you can't.
I think for the purposes of a bit of I think either it needs to be pale, kind of like a very like artificial looking cupcake, or it needs to be kind of like cupcake, like a homemade like brownie kind of baked good. I quite like the pale. I quite like the kind of
yeah.
That's very like kids cupcake, which is the vibe that I kind of want.
Again, if we zoom out, you can see how that looks. I'm guessing these two cupcakes are the same type, right?
Yeah.
And for that all-important wrapper.
Yeah, well, I think the wrapper could be quite jazzy. What is the last category of colour?
There's nothing there on that one. We've got glass.
Potions, that's interesting.
What if I'm just thinking with the eyes.
Oh my, that's fun.
Yeah, I think we can be quite specific with that if I can remember how. But they are very luminescent cupcakes. That's a good time.
And then I like the blue. What? This got the blue wrapper.
With this blue?
Yeah. What does that look like? Yeah. They're very like. Is the top too much now though? I wonder. Maybe it needs to. Go back to this is the thing I've taken the longest to decide on is what.
No, it's fine.
No,
because that's
this is the most
before.
important part of it. Yeah. That does look a bit dull now, though, doesn't it? What about some of the more like bold pinks, like the bottom middle, like kind of is that like a sort of what is that? Is that a red? Or is it like a, yeah, that I think is more the direction because it's kind of starting to go towards. Yeah, but it's not as. Yeah.
And you've got some nice contrast there.
Perfect.
As well. All right, nice. So now we've got the important things.
That's the most important part.
They are totally the most important thing.
I love it. The incongruence is gorgeous. I love it. And I want to, so we're going to, I think shoes are going to just be like they're going to be a brown leather rather than a black leather because I think it's just like this part kind of like a blending in type thing rather than like a...
Be very specific with the shoes.
I think they're all this. I think they're all the same. Maybe there'll be a slight argument for like a maybe slightly different, maybe slightly darker shade of base.
That's quite
pale. Yeah, I think like somewhere in between those two, a bit darker than that. Yeah, see what that looks like, and then maybe with a slightly darker base.
So yeah. I will just take some liberties and just assume that that's. Not for those. Again, concentrating things.
Yeah. This is very precise picking you're doing here.
There you go. So that is like the standard brown leather on the.
Like it, and then maybe like a slightly darker bottom. Let's see how that looks.
That's quite a.
Yeah, that's quite like maybe something a bit more dark. Oh, that's cute. I like the undersoles. Well, the kind of like the pop of color right underneath the feet. Mm.
That's just like a black.
Oh yeah, maybe. What about the far right on the third row from the? Yeah, what's that like on the base?
That's lighter. It's kind of warmer than the previous one.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't quite work, does it?
What if we just nip back to that paint again? Sorry, to the paint thing we were on earlier.
The top one, maybe the less glossy one.
That's quite standout.
Yeah, it's still quite standout, isn't it? What about the fabric color? The fabric black.
Let's have a look. Oh, you can do your toes.
Oh, cute. Can you? Oh,
yeah.
That's quite. Do you know what? Maybe the toes. Maybe the toes have color.
From what I can gather, that was pretty much the same on the sole. I didn't notice much difference there.
Yeah.
That's called Shaggy Space. That's a bit more standout.
Yeah, maybe that works. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Now we did get quite excited about the toenails.
Maybe this. I feel like if the toenails are going to be a thing, I feel like it has to be like one. Because I think all of them is too conspicuous in terms of like this idea of like an altar.
I think I can only do.
Oh, you're going to do all of them. What about the hidden foot? The hidden, keeping with the theme of hiddenness. Mm-hmm. Can we go to the? I've
chosen pink, Pav. I hope you don't mind. That's
pink
just
is. Pink is my. As you saw with my previous character as well. Pink is always the thing. Yeah. Can you? I'm being very demanding of you in terms of clicking. But can you get to? Can you get to those back toes?
Yeah. So I've given them quite a pale pink.
Yeah, I think we need to go.
But I can. That's more of a fuchsia. This is just pink. You can't really see it, but I guess that's the point.
That's the point. That's the point.
Pastel
I want a mini where all the detail is not visible. But I want Hero Forge to make it. I just don't want that to. I just don't want to be able to see. That's the requirement.
Oh no, that does both of them.
Oh, it does both of them. Is it too much?
Wait,
if we zoom out and we kind of like look, like take a chance glance, how obvious is it?
It's not quite a bright pink, but
it is quite a bright pink. On my shared version of your screen, it doesn't.
I think unless you're specifically looking for them, you're not going to see them. Now, if you kicked an enemy in the face, they'd see it, but then they'd die. So
that's fine.
Swings around.
I think let's do it because I think that like we're trying to evoke the character. As well, and I think that like that's part of it. So it's like it's not just about he doesn't always necessarily have like painted toenails canonically, but
totally
in terms of evoking the character, it feels right.
All right.
Oh, I love this character so much. It's great.
Look at his little face.
Look at his little face. His cute little face. Can we put I think the rings. The pinky ring is definitely gold.
Okay. We do have a metals option.
Yeah.
The pinky ring on this side, do you mean?
Yeah.
Got you. Let's see, there's gold specifically.
Yeah.
Why can't he just be gold?
It's quite
anyway, that is gold there. We can make that lighter though if you want.
No, I like that. I think the darker, the more like gold was nice. And then the other. So with these rings, are we doing the gem? And then the metal is kind of a little bit. We're not doing. If that makes sense.
It's up to you. You can do.
Can we change the color of the thing that the gem is in? Oh, yes. Presumably we can then. Oh,
you can do loads. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, in which case then I think the rings are gold, and I think the gems are like diamondy, like kind of. They aren't as like. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
Again, my concentrating face right now.
I love it.
I don't. You can control Z on the Hero Forge. It is a lifesaver. There we go. So those are gold all the way through.
And then I think the gems need to be like. What is the kind of? Does the pale gem, the one that was like top right. Does that do any? Does that feel?
This one is diamond, so that's white.
I think I quite like the one that was slightly to the left of that one that you put on before.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of
yeah, that kind of looks like what I feel like a diamond. I want the diamond to look like, if that makes sense, even though it's not a diamond. Yeah.
I need to know this guy's past.
Yeah. It's a ring for every failed bakery. That's what it is. Totally. Okay, great. So I think what we have outstanding now is the tools. Is that right? Which we're skinning as like a dart with other dots.
Totally. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
But we've also got this underside here to look into.
Shall we try? If we put a gregarious pink on, how conspicuous is it?
So I'm going to go with paint, and we'll go for pink.
And then let's have a look. Yeah, I think that works.
There's like a lavender, but that's not.
Nah, it's not. That's not.
I feel that's not dusk.
We're hiding. What we're hiding is, like, as I said, like princess, like
totally
Disney, like cupcakes. Yeah. So we're going in, but we're hiding it.
Hey, maybe underneath that cape is only that colour because the light's refracting off the cupcakes, and it's not really that colour really.
Exactly. They're just very luminescent cupcakes.
That's it.
Don't, who says they're Dusks? They could just be in his vicinity.
Totally, and some random person just rocked on up and painted your toenails.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm not in control of my feet. Well, no, I am, because I'm a martial artist, but, What is that? So that's like, the thing that actually is like a wood pallet with like leather on top of like a couple of screwdrivers and like a mini crowbar. Yeah. So if we say, I think that those colors feel like the colors of what those things would actually be feel like kind of in the right direction. I think that is the black, could we do black?
Yeah, sure. Just gonna see if we've got like a wooden that's more rotty. We don't want a rotting wood. We do have, like I said, that's that matte black, but that is also the texture of everything else.
So maybe it should be like a dark brown. Maybe it should be like a woody dark brown.
Let's just have a look at the woods. It's quite light.
It's all too light for dust. What? Well, maybe that works. What is the bottom? The kind of black wood. Does it look? You said it looks a bit like weird, like it looks.
Yeah, I think it's meant to be rotting, so it's quite tan. But
I see. I kind of feel like that kind of works color-wise.
Yeah, it's kind of like used leather.
Exactly, which is kind of a good vibe. And then, and I think actually, what does that look like on the leather straps as well? Yeah, that looks nice.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I quite like that. Yeah.
Awesome. So are we thinking some sort of metal?
Yes, I think that. So a dart in D&D, Liz, what does a dart look like in actual 5e?
So I like to think it can look however you want it to, but I guess in terms of that, it would be iron. If we're going full lore.
And it's like an all metal construction, isn't it? There's no like handle.
Yeah, it's going to be quite lightweight, isn't it?
So I think
to be able to throw it.
I think that we're talking about like maybe like a sort of oxidized, like darker metal, but we'll see how that looks if it like works color wise.
Sure.
It's kind of what I'm imagining.
It's quite tornado of coals.
Tornado of coals. What does it look like? Let's use the big one as the barometer because it will.
Sure.
Yeah.
So that's just silver, just so you know what silver looks like.
Yeah. That's useful to know. That kind of.
Got iron, but that's quite matte. You can't really tell that is. I guess you can.
Yeah. What is it? The one above it?
Gunmetal.
Yeah, maybe then we lose that a little bit, don't we? And all the other stuff. Maybe silver is just alright. Maybe it's just the more obvious thing is right here because it will just then contrast more nicely with what's around it.
There are quite a few different options, and they just react differently, I think, with the light.
Yeah.
In terms of colour, they're kind of the same.
Is there anything a bit more like tarnished, but in that kind of palette? Like, so it's kind of similarly, but like, so it can stay kind of lighter, but a bit more.
I find something like the weathered.
That's
probably the closest.
Yeah.
The grey that never comes, that's more of a cold grey. Whereas Criminally in Sage is more warm with a green tone.
Yeah, that's quite nice. I like that one.
Okay.
And then I think...
Sorry.
The other things... What are we thinking of them as? I think if we're thinking of everything here as a dart... Right, because I don't want them to look like too screwdrivery.
Okay.
I think maybe if we make them all the same... If both handle and like end are that colour... Is that the same as what the kind of crowbar thing is? How does that look? Does it make sense?
So from a distance, it looks like you've got metal things in a leather pouch.
Yeah. Which I think is what we're aiming for, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The only last thing that I don't think we've coloured are the little tiny screws there.
Oh.
So I did see a pink.
Yeah.
I thought you might like it. Yeah.
The most insignificant part of the toolkit. Yeah, I like it. It can be pink. I love it.
Awesome. We do have a mixed thing, so if there are any specific colours that you're like, oh, actually, I'm not quite down with that, we can change that if you wish.
Yeah, no, I think we're good. I think we did good work. I think that is looking good.
Look at him. Amazing.
I love it. Oh, it's great.
All right. Well, I will save before I forget. There we go.
Okay.
So thank you, Pam. Here is Dusk, everyone.
Great.
We will be playing Halls of the Undermountain King from the 17th of August until the 7th of September. We are on all the socials, and it's been a lot of fun today, Pam. Thank you so much. I look forward to what antics Dusk is going to get up to.
Thank you, Liz.
No worries. Okay. Bye.